Hello and welcome, my name is Hero and this is my Let's Play video of Europa Universalis 4 where we are playing as England. Now, as you might remember in the end of the last episode, we had been called to war by Austria, but unfortunately my save didn't work for some reason. So I had to go back to the last autosave, and so far Austria hasn't called us into this war. So maybe we'll get called into it later, but let's see what happens. Border friction. Our rightful provinces are held by our nation, and by other nations, and governments seems to be making no effort to recover them. What use are they anyway? Proclaims the broadsheet. Widespread dissatisfaction with our failure to recover our claimed provinces is weakening nations. So we could either lose 1 stability or 100 diplomatic power. And I think that losing 1 stability, that will be more than 100 administrative power. So I would actually rather lose, even though we need that for the last expansion idea here, I would actually rather lose the diplomatic power. Let's get all these trade ships together. Border friction. Once again, nice. Just to try something fresh, let's try to get the same exact one just seconds later. I hope they kind of fix those things. I think there should be like a cooldown timer for events like that, especially the events where you lose stability. If you're unlucky, you could lose like 2 or 3 stability in a matter of months, and that can really be destructive in the game. So where is our main fleet? It's over here. Let's move these new heavy ships over to the main fleet. Oh, and yeah, we were just in the middle of exploring last time. It seems Austria isn't gonna call us in this time, so hopefully they can take care of the war on their own. Let's send out some missionaries. Soon we'll have complete unity, which will be nice. Let's make sure we get this guy before we start saving up for the next one. Reform of the Navy. So plans are currently being made for a smaller reform of our navy. New tactics, weapons and commands are some of the areas being discussed to improve our combat ability. So we can either invest in naval technology and get 50 diplomatic power, or we can improve our existing navy. Let's get the diplomatic power since we just lost a bunch of that. And I wanted to sort these by age. Seems we have a couple of colonies on the way. Let's send one here. I think it was in Massachusetts, yes. We have one more colonist actually. Let's send one to Connecticut too. We should get a move these guys and then get one extra infantry up here to take care of that last colony. And we should definitely use some of that military power before we just kind of lose it. So let's look at building some armories up here. Cook. So let's settle Manhattan. Let's see how long our navy is. Might need a month repair once it gets there, just to make sure it can handle the return trip. And let's build some more armories, just to use that military power, and as you know, manpower is never wasted. Can never have too much manpower. Accommodation with natives in Nargaset. The local population seems to be more accepting of our presence. They will have great benefits in the long run, so they lose one ferocity. This is nice. That means they will do less damage if they attack our colony. Oh, and I've probably got a couple of these. Cores. You want to kind of check that once in a while. Just sometimes you get distracted while you are... Yeah, for example... oh. I wonder why England has... Oh, that's because I was probably having that colony before I got to being Great Britain. I think that's a bug. I don't think it's supposed to save those claims. I think we saw the same thing with this trade node where we are getting 10% extra value. I think it's a bug. I won't complain about it since we gain extra money from it, but it will probably be fixed in the first patch. Spread of the seas. New diseases brought from overseas have quickly spread among the tribes and almost annihilated entire native populations in some areas. We can ignore their suffering and they will lose a lot of size, the native population. Or we can pay 40 ducats and get extra settler chance and overseas income. But we don't have the money right now, so we'll just have to ignore them. And it only lasts for a month anyway. It does mean we'll lose some potential manpower in that province, but let's sail, get these up to Massachusetts so we can differentiate them. And how is this army doing? Let's get him here. We've done some more converting. Don't have enough for the next guy yet. Oh, and one of our advisors have passed away. Let's just get this guy, and let's get the next level of. It is a lot ahead, but we are kind of full on power, so I think we'll probably want a military idea as the next idea group when we get to that. But it will be some time. So we can get this Turkio infantry now. Oh, I think. Oh, it was it some cannons we got? Yeah, chambered demi cannons. They're quite nice. 3 in both shock and fire, both in offense and defense is really nice. They'll do some damage. And I think it may soon be time to attack the natives too. Attack these Iraqis, just to kind of they usually have a lot of money, and the provinces are cheap to convert with administrative power, so it's a nice way to kind of get some extra provinces and a lot of money. Once he gets up here, I think I'm gonna attack the Iraqis. And let's send the last missionary. Then we'll have total religious unity. When we have a mission to take Picardy, maybe we should actually do that. How are the military looking up here? Burgundy. They have a huge military. So we should probably build up some military before we do that. Times when peasants experienced harsh obligations, some of them would turn against their landlords, demanding better treatment and conditions. We can either enforce serfdom or lose legitimacy. Actually, saying that these things will happen. I don't want to lose legitimacy. We are kind of in a rough spot with that already. So let's pay some administrative power. He's on his way. Let's build some more of these armories, just to again use some of that military power. We are quite low on it right now, but we will most definitely be needing it later. Can't really decide if I want to try to get rid of this heir, or maybe we should just kind of get rid of our king so he can we can start working on the legitimacy of our heir instead. Since once we get this heir, we'll lose a lot of legitimacy anyway, so there's no point in building it up now just to lose it later. So let's put him in charge of this army, James Lancaster. And I think I'm gonna take a break, and I'll see you in the next video.